Hello. So we are here again today. This is Therapy Ted and me with a little bit of positive balance in an uncertain world. So today's balance is a quantum balance again. This time we're on the solar plexus chakra, which is to do with our self-esteem, but it's also to do with our immune system. Very important at the moment that our immune system is working as well as we can possibly get it, because that's what's going to keep this virus at bay. So our first harmonic is an original trigger. It's unresolved emotional upsets. There's a reasonable amount of those around at the moment. And of course, it may be pulling into things that have happened to you in the past, and they're kind of raising their head as well at the moment. And then we've got survival mechanisms, and this is trauma compartments in the brain. And again, this is stuff that's happened in the past and that may now be coming to the surface because of the new situation that we find ourselves in. We've then got imprints on the unconscious, and again, this is things that have been laid down over time, and we normally keep them well into control, but again, we're in a very new situation here, and so all sorts of things might be bubbling to the surface. And then the last one on this is absorbing collective unconscious. Now for this one I want to just go into a bit more detail on this one, because it may be the first time you've heard of this concept. Collective unconscious. When we think stuff, whatever we're thinking, whether it's positive, whether it's negative, whether it's neutral, there is an energy vibration to that, and that kind of goes out into the universe, so that when we are in a position where maybe we're not quite as robust as we would normally be, you are much more likely to pick up on that. Imagine when you're around somebody who's a bit negative all the time. You know, all of us know that if we spend any time with a friend and they're a bit doom and gloomy, you come away thinking, oh, that was harder work than it needed to be. And vice versa. If you're with somebody who's very positive, very upbeat, very light, normally you come away from that going, oh, that was great. I feel really energized. I feel really positive. So that's for people in very, very close confinement, or a close space to you. But it also works when, you know, people are further away. And at the moment, we've got quite a lot of doom and gloom around. We've got stories going around about how dangerous this is. And of course it is, if you're not sensible. But it's good to get it in proportion, which is that you don't get worried unless you absolutely need to get worried. Okay, so as long as you can take the precautions, you can stay at home, you can, you wash your hands if you come into contact with anybody or anything from the outside world, and keep yourself more positive, more upbeat. Your body will then be far more likely to be able to stay healthy and to stay safe. Okay, so the more worried we get, the more we pull our immune systems down. So don't worry about that. Just be more positive. Just every time you notice yourself getting a bit worried, or you see something on Facebook, or you see something, in the press or whatever, just kind of go, no. I'm looking after me. I'm looking after mine. We are all going to be fine. So I'm taking all the right precautions. I'm making sure I'm staying healthy. I'm staying well, and I'm staying calm. So if you keep thinking more like that, you've got a much better chance of keeping your immune system level nice and happy and keeping everything going. Now, obviously, if you are one of the people who are on maybe immune suppressing drugs or things like that, this becomes a little bit more complicated. But you can still practice this, still practice that positive thinking that you will be all right. Keep telling yourself you will be all right. Everything will be all right. Okay. For a start off, if you're doing everything that you know how to do, there is no point in worrying about what might come. Just keep telling yourself, whatever comes, you will handle it. Okay. So this is something, and it's a very good practice to have for life in general, because if you keep telling yourself that whatever comes, you will be able to handle it, then the chances are whatever comes, you will be able to handle it. Some of the stuff that might be coming up, we might not want to handle, but you will be able to handle it. And I have every faith that you will be able to. So one thing you can think, if you start getting worried, just sit there and just think, hang on a minute, is this my stuff? Or have I just picked up something from collective unconsciousness and it's not even my worry? It's something else that I've picked up from somebody else. You know, have I seen something on Facebook? It's somebody else's worry. It's not my worry. So just drop it. This isn't mine. And for those of you who are more aware energetically, what you may notice if you sit there and you really kind of go inside and think, is this mine? You might actually feel, actually, no, this isn't mine. In which case, just say, okay, bye-bye, go, energy, go, or, you know, it's not mine, go away. And you might feel it leave, okay? And then you'll feel a bit calmer. Now, if when you think about it, you think, oh, actually, it's not all mine, but there's a bit there that is mine, then kind of go, well, okay, well, it's not helpful. So you can also go. I don't want you around. And again, just sit with it until you feel that energy leave. And, you know, send it off to the light, send it wherever you like. So it can't hurt anybody else. It can't worry anybody else. So hopefully that's sort of helped a little bit. Now, I've got one positive for you, which is very uplifting. I actually did see that on Facebook again this morning, which is a fantastic family who are singing harmony to the Les Mis song. They've rewritten it, and those children are fabulous. The fact that they can do that cross harmony or whatever it is, you know, like in a proper choir, brilliant. But the lyrics are fantastic, and just the whole thing is just brilliant. So I would say go and search if you want a good laugh and just to be like, wow, then I would definitely go and try and have a look at that. I'm sure if you're not on Facebook, it will be on the internet somewhere. And then the last thing I just want to say, just a quick few words about nature while Therapy Ted is coming to the end of his balance here. It's really important that we still connect to the outside world as far as nature is concerned. Now, if you've got a garden, get outside into it. If you can go out for a walk and it's safe, you can keep a distance from other people, then obviously get outside and really sort of feel that air and look at the trees and the plants and everything that's around you and really enjoy it. Now, if you're one of the people who can't go out and you actually have to stay inside, then put yourself near a window and sit there. And if you've got a visual of a tree or some grass or something, then just focus on that and absorb bringing that in. And if you're somewhere where you haven't even got that, then look at something online, you know, have a look at a picture of some plants, some trees, some landscape, and just virtually drink that in. Imagine that you're in that space, that you're walking in that mountain, you're doing all of those different things, and just feel that energy coming towards you. All of us will be a lot calmer if we can stay connected to the outside world, even virtually. This you can do with intention. Those of you who have been clients for a long time know this. For those of you who are not clients, just give it a go. Just see whether you can make that connection. You know, watch the birds, watch what's going on, and just be really grateful for the fact that, you know, we do live in a part of the world where we have a lot of good around us, and people are working very hard to keep us safe. And we need to do our part by making sure that we stay at home unless absolutely necessary to go out, and we keep washing our hands and keep giving all those positive, uplifting vibes. You know, if you're looking at a tree, then send some of that tree energy to people within the NHS who are currently working really, really hard. And in that way, you can be doing your small bit in getting those energies towards the people who are working so hard to keep us safe. Okay, that's a positive thing that you can do. And tomorrow we're going to go back to loneliness, and we're going to be talking a little bit about cabin fever. Okay, so that's it for today. And Therapy Ted is now done. So we're going to say goodbye. So hop on in tomorrow and we'll have another little bit of balance, positive balance in an uncertain world. Okay, take care.